Hi there, and welcome to Celeb Hut. Kanye West is around here expressing ahe to Miss Kim Kardashian, attempting to bring her down for genuine this time, and it goes far past delaying virtual entertainment since he is tossing her into a chaotic case with the Get right next to her previous BFF Diddy. Now, for quite a while, individuals have thought that Kim purportedly realized something about Diddy's supposed violations, to some degree more than she was letting on in light of the fact that she was moving genuine obscure once the Fed began sniffing around, yet as per Kanye's record, in addition to the fact that Kim purportedly knew. Yet she likewise purportedly participated in Diddy obscure organizations, since she was purportedly assisting him with laundering his grimy cash and quieting his casualties while taking out a decent cut for her inconveniences, and in the event that that is not muddled enough. Kanye additionally uncovered how Kim Diddy and Lou Taylor purportedly plotted to put celebs under a conservatorship, yet they're cash you all. Kanye accompanied a ton of tea to spill. And he ain't going all in, better believe it. She's a gold digger way over town that ain't great to yippee. And as look, they attempted to sedate me. I was depleted. They wrongly analyzed me. And when I asked them how much lithium did you need to put me on precisely, it took them 4 days to answer since they were humiliated about the sum, right? And I would not take this right. You figure out that on the off chance that I had taken the D. Rug. I wouldn't be here and it would have been woe is. He was profoundly disturbed. We miss him. We love his music, however well. They would have Britney Lances here. I mean, look, they would. Michael Jackson. Or more terrible, no doubt. So look what they took a gander at. How they treated Britney when she went in. She was worn out. She was depleted. She was not doing great. Yet 10 years of that prescription destroyed her cerebrum. Kanye is back on Kim's tail, and he is hauling her for foulness again. Now Kanye, E-winged serpent Kim is the same old thing since there was a period he used to call her out via web-based entertainment each 3 to 4 workdays, discussing how she was an awful mother and was quick in these roads and a wide range of stuff, yet this time he isn't blaming her for being an awful mother or in no way like that, since now he's blaming her for crime, guaranteeing that she purportedly assisted Diddy with laundering cash. So it appeared as though Diddy was going to be raised on some tax evasion charges, as well as all the other things he had happening with the federal authorities, and 2024 is certainly going to be the year that Diddy went down. Now, the possibility of Kim Kardashian, a tycoon, engaging in some tax evasion could sound insane, yet you all will be shook on the off chance that you figured out the insane things that rich individuals accomplish for cash. For this situation of Kim, she has a long and checked history of making obscure arrangements for cash. She was even explored and cross-examined by the FBI for being attached to money laundering previously. So you all realize that Kim has been running the roads for quite a while. She ain't no to this consistent with this. So when you think about Kardashian sisters and their set of experiences, Kim has gained notoriety for being obscure, right? I mean, this returns even before she was at the center of attention. You presumably realize she did a stretch as a storage room, right-hand phrases like Paris Hilton and cognac. Yet here's the kicker. There's a less popular anecdote about her pulling off a heist from Bry's mother. Some time ago, Kim was figuring out Bry's wardrobe, and some way or another she got her hand on Bry's mother's visa data, which was extremely slippery. Well, after Kim was finished with her storage room obligations, Chloe and Ransack chose to take action. She took $120,000 from Bry's mother's record and got this. Kim had quit working for Cognac ages before this occurred, yet she clutched those MasterCard subtleties like they were gold. They held on until they thought the coast was clear, and afterward, bam, they let it all out. Now you'd feel that taking that much cash would prompt some extravagant spending binge, right? No, these folks, as opposed to blowing it on extravagant vehicles or extraordinary excursions, chose to keep it locked down in a real NC. They siphoned it through their own stores. Run and kiss, discuss keeping it in the Kardashian circle, yet here's the kicker. Kim and her group thought they were being smooth by piping money into their dress store. You realize laundering, attempting to make it appear as though it's genuine pay, implying that they pretty much launder this cash. Yet shock, they got broken. It turns out those exchanges were similarly unapproved. Surprisingly, here's where it gets delicious. Bry's mother. She has a heart. You realize she allowed Kim the opportunity to make things right, presumably due to her fellowship with Kim, tis to Cognac and Beam J. Yet when Kim and the pack wouldn't hack up that cash for north of a year, she had no real option except to get the serious weapons. The law with the entire claim, yet Cognac and Beam J persuaded their mother to drop the claim and handle things in private as per Beam J. This entire difficulty was the last nail in the casket for their relation. Years after the fact, Rage uncovered that this is the genuine motivation behind why he unloaded Kim, expressing, "Separated from this stealing cash from my family, we would likely still be together now. Yet when that happened, I said I would rather not be resting around with you no more. You took cash from my family, so that is the reason we quit talking. Yet you would think after that particular situation happened, Kim couldn't ever have followed through with something like that again, right? Well, very much like Licker's tune says, never say, never say, never say never. In light of the fact that Miss Kim was over here doing some more obscure stuff after that, close to the time Bry's mother defied Kim about the money, a little tape featuring Kim and Beam J found its direction into the spotlight occurrence. Perhaps not Beam J assumed there was another side to it. And it sort of makes you wonder and get this Kim's no more unusual to getting stirred up in that obscure business before she began bringing in her own cash. She had a little friendly benefactor, a man named Joe Lowe, and we should simply say there's been some discussion regarding Kim assisting him with clean increasing some filthy cash. As per reports, Kim frequently flew with him to bet. And in 2009, she professed to have flown back to L.A. with a garbage sack containing $250,000 in cash that he won from betting in a gambling club in Las Vegas. Well, things being what they are, that could have been a tax evasion plot in light of the fact that Joe L. has since been uncovered for being associated with an entire laundering plan. The insider composed Lowe is needed by global experts regarding the extravagant tax evasion trick. He is blamed for being the genius behind a plan to siphon $4.5 billion from the Malaysian detail-run Financial Improvement Asset 1 Malaysia Improvement Barad in 2019. Kim was tested by the FBI about her inclusion with Jewel L, yet they couldn't nail anything to her. So she wasn't charged for everything except that, which was, by all accounts, not the only time that Kim was researched by government specialists on the grounds that in 2012 she was explored by the SEC after she promoted the digital currency Ethereum. Mex without adding a disclaimer to show that it was a supported promotion and that she had gotten compensated to do it by publicizing without expressing. It was an advertisement she had partaken in a siphon and dump plot that was pointed toward expanding the cost of the digital money before it was offered to financial backers, and she was found $1.26 million. Yet for reasons unknown, Kim isn't the main Kardashian with a talent for obscure business. Kris Jenner, the mother professional, has her own game going on. You could have known about the California People's Group Church drifting around. Well, yes, Kris Jenner helped establish that congregation back in 2009, and here's the kicker. Kris set it up as a not-for-profit, which sounds generally quite warm and fluffy. Yet to be a part, you got to give up an entire $10,000 consistently gracious. And remember about that sweet 10% TI that they were obviously reassuring that is correct. 10% of your yearly pay and $11,000 consistently. Yet think about who's driving the charge on that. You got it, Kardashians. So how about we begin doing the math? Kim's pulling in around $80 million a year, so that is an $8 million expense section just from that TI. Not excessively pitiful, huh? Yet stand by, there's more since Kris is the mind behind the congregation. When Jenner's throws that 10% into the assortment plate, it's essentially similar to caning it right back to Mom Kris. It resembles a cash-wed circumvent they gave she got, and some way or another they end up with the fat tax cut. And on the off chance that that doesn't shout obscure, then I don't have the foggiest idea. What is currently The fascinating thing about this is that Kanye had some unavoidable inclinations about Kim's exercises, and he went to extraordinary lengths to keep his funds exceptionally separate from Kim's, despite the fact that they were hitched for a really long time, and he was convinced that she was his first love. He realized that it was inevitable until she got busted, and he didn't need any pieces of all of that. A source told Individuals magazine they keep their records fundamentally separate. Wes will discuss my cash and her cash. Purportedly, Kanye is guaranteeing that notwithstanding this, Kim has supposedly been laundering cash for Diddy from the beginning. Kim and Diddy go way back. I mean, she even followed him on Instagram for quite a while. However, at that point, out of nowhere, she hits that unfollow button only 24 hours before country security rolls on Diddy's home. It turns out that there's a few significant tangled networks among Kim and her family and Diddy's supposedly concealed dealings. Yet here's where it gets insane. Prepare your teacups. There's this TikToker, BB, the musician, who went full investigator mode on Kim and her alleged involvement with Diddy, and it just so happens that Kim has additionally purportedly had connections to Brittany Lance's conservatorship. And get this, they even propose Kim attempted to pull similar tricks on Kanye. Subscribe Celeb Hut for more videos.